Hello. Today's story is about the BBC. In the early 80s, the settlers had broken up, finished the old folk group, and gigs were a bit short on the ground. We had 3 kids and a mortgage and all that, and so I needed to supplement my income a little bit. So I went to work for BBC Radio Cambridgeshire, and nice, great, just freelance, And they gave me a music program, on a Saturday between 12 and 2, which was great. Normally, there would be people there when I got there, people there when I left, news team working away, blah, blah, blah. But this particular day, it was cup final day. And there was people there when I got there, but I was told that there would be nobody there at 2 o'clock. They'd all have gone home for whatever reason. I can't remember. I don't think it was just the cup final, but there we are. And the programme organiser said to me, all you've got to do is join Radio 2 for their output of the football match. Okay, yeah, right, fine, no worries. So how do I do that? He said, well, there's a row of buttons on the mixing desk, in front of you, a row of buttons that, and one of them says Radio 2 and pre-fade. So in other words, whilst the last record is playing, I can off air, nobody else can hear it but me, listen to what's going on that particular channel, and then just join it as you can, just jump in best you can. And that's it. You'll get the football match, Radio 2. Right. Okay. So the programme went well. Nice, jolly good, played a lot of music. And on the last record, in hindsight, I should have practiced before I went on air. But typical me. Anyway, last record's playing. Going great. I'm making my goodbyes. And the record's playing. And I look down this row of buttons and I can't see Radio 2 at all. And it's coming up to 2 o'clock and I'm thinking, oh my God. And what I did see, there was a little button there that said R2 LDS. That's got to be it, isn't it? Radio 2, R2, must be it. So I pre-faded, records playing, listened off air, and there's Mel Smith and Griff Rhys-Jones talking about the players and the pitch and, what they're going to expect and blah, blah, blah. So that's got to be it. So I had a listen and it's all good. Okay, so I made my goodbyes, joined Radio 2. Fantastic. I went home. I locked up the radio station, went home. That's 2 o'clock. 5 o'clock comes round. I get a phone call at home from the programme organiser saying, do you know what you've done? I said, no, what have I done? He said, for the past 5 hours, you've been broadcasting BBC television sound only on radio. Oh, he said, and the station boss, nice guy, Ian Masters, had listened to the football match on his own radio station and I hadn't noticed, including the action replays. Oh, look at that. All right. And nobody noticed until it got to the Pink Panther, which is sound only, right, if you remember. Pink Panther and the odd grunt. Broadcast on. Anyway. So I said, well, how would that, there was only one button on there, R2 LDS. No, Radio 2's on there, the button's on there. Oh, right. So the next morning, I got called into the office and I had to go down to the studio. He said, look, there it is. I said, where? I said, I can see R2 LDS. Where's it? He said, well, it's that dirty piece of paper there on that button. Well, how am I supposed to know that? Apparently everybody else knew it and pressed the button. That's why it was dirty and it had rubbed off Radio 2. So the Pink Panther got me in my broadcast degree.